Hi everybody, this is Charity from Scrap Fair. I am coming to you today with my interpretation of Jody's sketch design, and I'm showing you a technique that you may have seen before. This is watercoloring an embossed image on a card. These are the cheapest watercolors I could find at Michael's. They were $5. This is a set of 18 and I love them. They're fantastic. I've already heat set some images from this awesome stamp set that V Sweet Ideas, who's one of our sponsors of today's blog hop, she sent me these stamps. She sent me a couple of sets of stamps, and I'll be making a video on using the other set and this set in my planner for you. So I used this image of the coffee mug, coffee cup, this little heart, and the sentiment "I love you" latte for my card here. And I'm just gonna select a couple of colors. First, I'm gonna wet my paper. You find if you're gonna do this watercolor technique, if your paper's wet, the colors kind of move around a little bit better for you. And I have everything I need out to the side here. Like, that's really wetter than I thought it was gonna be. So I'm gonna pull out, I don't have my favorite brush in here for some reason. It must be in a bag where it went traveling with me. So that's okay. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use some reds and some pinks. And then this is really neat. So if you're finding your color is too rich, I don't know if everyone knows how to do this. So you can just come over here and use this as your palette, add some water to water down the color concentrate, and you can make a little bit thinner color for yourself. So you can use this. It kind of has, you know, built-in capabilities. I've already heat embossed these images. This is watercolor paper, and I did use white embossing powder. I've done this technique a few times, and I find that I like it better if I'm using white embossing powder rather than clear, because it just makes the image show up a little crisper. So I'm gonna let that move around a little bit, and I'm gonna dip into my pinks. And I have some little pipettes that I like to use when I do watercoloring sometimes, just because I feel like they give me a little more control over some of the things here. I'm gonna mix in another color in just a minute, so there's a lot of reddy pink stuff happening here right now. I don't want too much red pulled up down there. I'm gonna get just a little bit more. I love doing this. I love moving watercolors around. I had no idea this would be so much fun the first few times I played with watercolors. And then there's a green in some of the paper that I'm using. There's a couple of greens, so I'm gonna get this one right here. Now, I don't want to mix my green and my pink together because they'll make mud, so I'm going to kind of dry this a little bit. The nice thing about watercolors is you can add to them, so when you find that you need more color somewhere, I love green and pink together. So that's too light, of course, when I dab it away, but I'm going to come back in with that green. I didn't water down the green as much as I did the pink and the red. So I'm going to go back in now with my red. This is just how you work your watercolors. You just go back and forth. It's really fun. Kind of like the pink where it is. This is reminding me of a watermelon right now, which is not a real coffee thing, but it's kind of a summertime thing. Is it summer where you are? It's definitely summer where I am. So I'm going to do a little bit more. I'm not worried about pulling the same brush every time. And then also, if I find there's too much watercolor lying on my image when I'm almost finished, I can just reach down and wipe off the embossed part. Oh, I really like this. It's very watermelon, but I definitely like it. Okay, so I need to stop touching it. It's hard to stop touching it. I just showed you my face, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna set my watercolor piece over to dry, and I'm gonna assemble my card. I'm just wiping out the trays just to show you. I'm just using a regular paper towel and wiping out anywhere I had color. You can tell where I've been playing with my watercolors. And I'm gonna let them just sit, but if I were gonna move them around quite a bit, I would just do that to get rid. In case you didn't know you could do that. You can just blob up any color and you don't have to worry about drips or spills. This is a stamped image that I cut out. This is some Teresa Collins paper from a 6x6 pad. It's the Urban Market one. This is, I love using pre-made card bases. And then this is some Bella Boulevard. Don't have the name of the paper with me. It's a wedding line, but it's a really soft gray. Really, from a distance, it kind of reads like white on white. I know that might not make sense, but it's a little wedding paper. It's little teeny hearts, and it says now and forever. And I've already pre-cut this to fit my card base. And this is a piece of Gossamer Blue from their Get Happy Christmas collection from last year. See, there's trees on the side. I love this chevron. I'm obsessed with this Get Happy collection. I'm trying to use it because I hoarded it all through Christmas. So I'm covering up where it said now and forever on that piece of paper because this is not a wedding card. And then this is gonna go over my watercolor piece, which is almost dry. So let me blot that a little bit. Oh, I love those watermelon colors. I feel like I'm going to be on a watermelon kick right now. Okay, so I'm going to add some Scotch Quick Dry as my adhesive. You can use your favorite liquid adhesive. This one works really well for me. I also like Ranger Matte Medium, and I like glossy accents, but I probably wouldn't use it for this because I feel like I just squish it out the sides. There's a piece of tiny confetti that was on the end of my Scotch Quick Dry, so sorry about that. And I'm going to scooch this over, make sure I'm working where you can see me. I pre-cut this to fit, so let's see if I can get that. Oh yeah, that's nice. And I did take, I actually took a big brush pen and went over all the edges of where I hand cut this out. There is a die that goes with this particular stamp, but I don't have it. It's the Lawn Fawn Say Cheese stamp. It's my favorite. Hey you all, it's Charity with Scrap Bear again. I just wanted to show you the finished card. I just was filming and ran out of battery before it finished. So I've added some sequins. And these sequins are from Jody's shop. They are real red sequins. They're kind of translucent and I love them. And I added, brand new today, I think this may have been already on the other part of the video, but the heart felt die cuts. I've been obsessed with these hearts as little cork pieces, and now I'm going to be obsessed with them as felt. They come in a ton of different colors. I added just a little more of the red and the green watercolor to make my sentiment stand out some more. But I love the little watermelon effect the colors have. Since this is a card in the summertime, I'll have some still shots on my blog. You guys, join in the fun and games this weekend because there's some great prizes. I know V's has provided a prize for us. Willow Fields, which I'll be doing a video of getting some dates ready in my planner with some Willowfield and some more V Sweet Ideas products. You guys, it's exciting, it's fun, have a blast. Love you, latte.